Good morning, students. Today we will revise chapter 12, Electricity and Circuits. In this video, we will learn about electric cell and torch bulb. So let us start. Students, electricity plays an important role in our daily life. Life without electricity cannot be imagined. Most of the modern appliances run on electricity. Electricity lights our home, streets, roads, markets, offices, factories, whether it is day or night. We use electricity to operate various other gadgets like room heaters, fans, water coolers, electric irons, pumps for lifting water from tanks, and other machines. Electricity is generated in the power stations and supplied to our homes through cables. Students, now let us study about electric cell. Students, we know that the bulb of a torch glows only when its switch is pressed on. If we touch its front part, it would be felt warm. That is, on switching on, it gives heat and light. On switching off, its bulb stops glowing. Students, if we unscrew the torch from the back, we would see a bulb and two or more cylindrical bodies. These are electric cells. These cells make the torch bulb glow. Students, an electric cell is the source of electricity. It produces electricity from the chemicals stored in it. When the chemicals inside it are used up, it stops producing electricity. Then it has to be replaced. Students, electric cells are also used in transistors, radios, cameras, remotes, and many other devices. These can be dry or wet. Students, a combination of two or more cells forms a battery. The car battery is made up of wet cells, while the cells used in a torch are dry cells. Students, if we carefully observe an electric cell, we will find that it has a small metal cap just under which is a plus sign. This is the positive terminal of the cell. At the other end of the cell, there is a flat metallic disc with a minus sign just above the disc. This metallic disc is the negative terminal of the cell. Students, these two terminals of the cell are used to connect it to various devices. The dark, powdery stuff inside the cell is a chemical. It helps the cell to provide electricity to the devices it is connected to. Students, now let us study about torch bulb. Students, if we carefully observe a torch bulb, we will find that the torch bulb consists of a spherical glass attached to the metal casing having grooves in the lower part. There is a small spiral of thin wire inside the bulb. This is called filament. Students, the filament is attached to two slightly thicker metal wires. These wires support the filament. One of the two wires is connected to the base of metal casing. Another wire is connected to the side of the metal casing. Students, the side of the bulb and the bottom of the bulb are the two terminals of the bulb, fixed in such a way that they do not touch each other. On passing current through the terminals, the bulb glows. Students, the bulbs that we use at home also have the similar design. Students, now let us know how a bulb is connected to an electric cell. Students, we know that a cell supplies electricity to the bulb and it lights up. Thus, a bulb will light up only when electricity is passed through it. Students, do you know how does the electricity pass through the bulb? So far, we have learned that a cell has two terminals and a bulb also has two terminals. If these terminals are connected rightly, the bulb lights up. Students, to find the right way for connecting these terminals, let us see an activity. Students, for this activity, we need a cell, bulb, two pieces of wire and adhesive tape. Now students, let us see the procedure how this activity can be performed. Students, first of all, we take two pieces of thin wire. Then we remove the plastic covering from both the ends of each wire. Then we connect one end of each wire to the two terminals of the bulb with the adhesive tape. Now we connect the open ends of the two wires from the bulb with the two terminals of the cell in different ways as shown in this picture. And then students, we write down for each way of connection if the bulb lights up or not. Students, in this picture, in the first arrangement, wires from the cell are connected to the bulb, so the bulb glows. In the second arrangement, one of the connections is broken and the bulb does not glow. In the third arrangement, one of the connections is broken, so the bulb does not glow. In the fourth arrangement, one of the connections is broken and the bulb does not glow. In the fifth arrangement, also one of the connections is broken and the bulb does not glow. And students, in the last arrangement, wires from cell are connected to the bulb and the bulb glows. So students, we can conclude that the bulb lights up only when the cell, the bulb and the wires form a complete path. This path starts from one terminal of the cell and ends at the other. And students, the bulb does not light up if there is a gap in the path. The bulb also does not light up if the path starts and ends at the same terminal of the cell. Students, now let us revise what we have learned today by solving some questions. Question number 1. The thin spiral wire inside a torch bulb is called option A, conductor, option B, insulator, option C, filament, option D, none of these. And the correct answer is option C, filament. Question number 2. The positive terminal of an electric cell is option A, metallic disc, option B, metal case, option C, metal base, option D, metal cap. And the correct answer is option D, metal cap. Practice makes perfect. Students, these are some homework questions that you need to solve at home. I hope that you will solve these questions correctly. Thank you.